India Alliance meeting. One thought it was productive, more constructive than the last two meetings, with a bit of a cloud over it, with Mamata Banerjee now being upset with the India Alliance. We're going to break that down later with our consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai. But when it comes down to it, massive opposition push, clearly. This was the first time that you saw the opposition, the India Alliance, sounding literally the poll bugle for the 2024 polls, where they said that they are going to come together wherever they can. They said they are willing to immediately get into seat sharing arrangements. And they also said that in the next 2 weeks, they will be holding public rallies and meetings to give out and dispense the messaging of Team India. Now, the third Team India meet in Mumbai, clearly setting the stage for the Lok Sabha elections. The opposition allies have decided that they needed to get into election mode on war footing. And for that, the biggest thing that matters is thrashing out a seat-sharing formula in the states. For that, the alliance has passed now a resolution saying that the parties have resolved to fight the polls together as far as possible. A 14-member coordination committee has also been announced, although a convener has still not been named, which will not be named now is what we're given to understand. The top leaders of the alliance addressed a press conference in Mumbai where they declared that Team India would defeat Narendra Modi. Meanwhile, BJP hit back at the opposition alliance, saying that they had no vision for the country.
This stage represents 60% of the Indian population. If the parties on this stage unite, it is impossible for the BJP to win an election. So the task in front of us is to come together in the most efficient way possible. The first step is a coordination committee and committees under that committee. And the second step is a decision that we will expedite all seat-sharing discussions and decisions and make them happen as soon as possible.
तो आप अच्छी तरह जान लीजिए कि अब इसी का नतीजा होगा कि अभी जो केंद्र में हैं, अब वो हारेंगे, अब वो जाएंगे, ये पक्का जान लीजिए। और आजकल देख रहे हैं कोई काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, खाली उनका बड़ाई हो रहा है। आज जो राज्य वाला बेचारा जो काम कर रहा है उसकी चर्चा कम होती, तो ये ना हो गया, इसलिए पटाइए। दूसरी चीज है, देश के इतिहास को ही बदलना चाहते हैं। अब कोई ठिकाना नहीं है, चुनाव समय के पहले भी हो सकता है, कोई ठीक नहीं है, इसलिए हम लोगों को भी तो अलर्ट रहना पड़ेगा।
मैं पिछली 3 मीटिंग अटेंड कर चुका, मैं आपको पूरी जिम्मेदारी के साथ कह सकता हूं, जितनी अच्छे से और जितने प्यार और मोहब्बत से सारी मीटिंग्स हुई हैं, किसी के साथ लड़ाई नहीं है। और यहाँ पे जितने लोग बैठे हैं, कोई पद के लिए नहीं आया, सब 140 करोड़ लोगों के इस भारत देश को बचाने के लिए आए हैं, इसको तरक्की के रास्ते पे ले जाने के लिए आए हैं, कोई यहाँ पे पद के लिए नहीं आया है।
All right, let's cut across to our panelists. Lok Sharma, spokesperson Congress, Brijesh Kadappa, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party. In a short while, we'll also be joined by Rajdeep Sardesai and Maushmi Singh, my colleagues on ground. Lok Sharma ji, आज सबसे पहली बार लगा कि कुछ टेंजिबल निकला है कि 13 मेंबर कमेटी अनाउंस हुई है, सीट शेयरिंग पे अंडरस्टैंडिंग हुई है, पर इसके बीचों बीच आलोक शर्मा जी बात ये भी आई है कि ममता बनर्जी खफा हैं, गुस्सा हैं।
कि मुझे नहीं लगता है प्रीति कहीं पर भी कोई खफा है या कोई गुस्सा है। There can be certain issues on which we have to sit together and we have to resolve all those issues. बट कहीं पर भी कोई मनभेद है या किसी भी तरह का वहाँ पर पूरी मीटिंग में कहीं पर नज़र नहीं आया है। बट डेफिनेटली जो भी पार्टीज़ हैं इंडिया अलाइज के अंदर, दे ऑल हैव देयर इंटरेस्ट इन देयर रेस्पेक्टिव स्टेट्स, सो दे हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ दैट ऑल्सो। सो इट इज़ अ बिग चैलेंज, बट डेफिनेटली आई फील that all these challenges will be removed and we will sit together. There will be a very smooth sheet sharing also, and most of the issues have been identified, and this allies will fight on mainly the major issues: price rise, unemployment, the divide and rule policy of this central government, corruption, Adani issue. There are so many issues which are against the public of India. So I feel that India is going to win, and जुड़ेगा भारत, जीतेगा इंडिया, this allies will definitely win and we will defeat in 2024. Modi ji is going, this is 100% sure.
Brijesh
You
Kadap,
see that
right.
just because of the success of the India,
No, sir, complete.
the success of the India allies only, the BJP, the NDA government is going to have a special session, 5-day session. This is completely a panic which they are showing to the public that they are losing. There were internal reports that all the 5 states the BJP was going to miss, going to lose. So because of that only they have started or they have planned this 5-day special session. Most of the issues which were pending, now they will try to bring all those issues. But India is very strong now. After this today's meeting, all the coordination committees have been formed and now we will work speedily.
Brijesh Kadapa, sir, appreciate the patience. Thank you for waiting it out. Sir, what do you make of it, Brijesh Kadapa? At one end, it looked like there was, of course, the task is cut out. You still have to get into seat sharing. But the sheer fact that one of the key alliance members has walked out of it unhappy. If meeting 1, it was your own leader, Arvind Kejriwal, who was unhappy. If meeting 2, it was Nitish Kumar. Meeting 3 is Mamta Banerjee, Brijesh Kadapa.
I wish, Preeti, you had those leaders speak to you and confirm that they were unhappy. None of these leaders has ever spoken to you. These are all unconfirmed reports.
So how do you know?
How
do you know who I've spoken to and who I haven't, Mr. Kalappa?
No. Where do these confirmed reports come from? Particularly when when Modi Sarkar is very keen that the media should present that there is a very divided house out there. Then obviously there are television channels more than happy to set that narrative and to take that narrative.
Mr. Kalappa, if you're going to try and say that we are trying to manufacture news, because I'll tell you, Mr. Kalappa, let me tell you, the first time around, your leader Arvind Kejriwal admittedly was upset because the Congress party, your former party, wasn't committing on the ordinance issue.
Admitted by whom, madam?
Sir,
has he ever said that?
You're telling me what was, because they said it, sir. There was a press conference after it. Your party had a press conference saying till the time,
sir, he was upset.
No, Mr. Kalappa,
said he was upset.
Mr. Kalappa, there was a press conference after the first meeting in Patna. Right, sir, if you hear me out, I'll be able to complete my sentence. There was a press conference by your own party admitting, saying that we will only join the meeting once the entire India alliance is on board on the ordinance issue.
Absolutely.
So therefore, the reason why there was a walkout was at that point of time, which is being corroborated by multiple people who've been in the meeting, was because the other political parties, like the Congress, at that point of time, mainly the Congress, wasn't committing on the ordinance issue. So yes, second time around. Now, if you're telling us that we've manufactured news, no, sir. Nitish Kumar was unhappy with the name of India.
I'm saying, Preeti, that no, you don't manufacture news. I'm not, giving you that credit. There is an agency which manufactures.
Sorry, Mr. Kadapa, we lost you there. Make your point.
No, there are people who will pass on this information, right? And therefore, ultimately, you must understand, Preeti, today we are at a very nascent stage of the alliance, right? And these are the qualifying matches. There has to be a quarterfinal, there has to be a semi-final, there has to be a final. But you're asking so many questions of the alliance. Why don't you give us the time? Because ultimately you must understand, in 2004, nobody expected that the humongous Mr. Vajpayee could be defeated. Nobody could imagine that. But it actually happened in 2004. So why is the press so hard up in believing that the alliance could actually dislodge Mr. Narendra Modi? I think,
Mr. Kadapa, I think you've got it wrong. The press, at least I can vouch for my channel, we are not here to believe or contradict whether this alliance can take on the BJP or not. We are here to report facts, and I hope, and I really do hope, you have the confidence, at least in our channel, to do so. It is our duty to pose questions to you, like to Mr. Alok Sharma, and we are going to keep doing it, as well as the Bharatiya Janata Party. We are going to keep doing it. I just want to bring in, before I go across to Mr. Sharma, Maushmi Singh, who's also joining us live from Mumbai. Maushmi, very quickly, is there now, and are channels being opened with Mamata Banerjee to possibly bring her on board? Because if you look at the larger picture, it is really for the first time that we see movement. It is possibly for the first time we've seen the India Alliance sound the poll bugle, enter the poll arena saying, bring it on.
Right, Preeti. As far as Mamta is concerned, she's been actually a catalyst. If you look at the previous meetings, even in Bengaluru, speaking to Rahul Gandhi, getting that India name into place and into getting the entire group into action. Mamta Banerjee was at the helm of affairs, I remember, in Bengaluru, taking to the mic, speaking to the media and saying that we are not going to be defeated. But perhaps somewhere, she knows that in Bengal it's going to be a very tough walk. There has to be some peacemaking with the left or the Congress party. And today in the meeting, the TMC was wanting to stress on the fact that the seat sharing should be sorted out as soon as possible. And somewhere they were unhappy with the wording of the resolution, where the seat sharing talks about the possibility of, making adjustments and accommodations. They thought that it wasn't enough. And that's one reason that that could be one of the reasons why Mamta has not been seen on camera at all. Even when she landed back in Kolkata, she didn't speak to the media. She's always been one of the most vocal, speakers as far as anything that's to do with India is concerned. But she's maintained silence all through the day today. I remember in the morning when she walked into Hyatt, she, in fact, went to the podium where we were standing and wanted to say something, but perhaps she thought she could keep it for later. So these differences need to be ironed out. Yeah, I think.
All right, Lakshmi, you had a long day. Appreciate you joining us with the latest updates there. I want to cut across back to our Congress spokesperson, Mr. Alok Sharma, who's joining us. Mr. Sharma, now what? Okay, let's just say this is a storm in a teacup, and maybe you guys should take it in your stride, because at least it shows there is democracy, because Mamata Banerjee also, as per our sources, has made it very clear that she's lock, stock and barrel when it comes down with the India Alliance. She's unhappy about a few things and she's voiced her concern, is what we're given to understand. But Alok Sharma, when we talk about seat sharing, which is immediate, how immediate is immediate, sir?
I feel that, Preeti, India Alliance is having parties which have fought elections in states against each other. So definitely seat sharing will be a tough job. Frankly speaking, it will take time. It will not be sorted out so easily. I'm very frank on this front. But definitely everybody is with a positive mindset. Everybody wants that this Ghamandiya Sarkar, which is ruling the nation, should go. We will fight at least on 450 seats 1-1, and this will be decided. Most of the homework already have been done. Sittings have been there between the Bengaluru and Bombay meeting. I think some homework has been already done. Some will be done very soon. So I don't think that it will be delayed. And as the news is coming that there can be early elections in December and January, BJP is completely thinking on that line. It seems so. So definitely we will speed up our job also for the seat sharing.
It's interesting, Mr. Sharma, I'll bring in Mr. Karappa as well, because in some, where your alliance partners are concerned, and Mr. Karappa, where the India Alliance is concerned, and Mr. Sharma, in states like DMK, in states like Bihar, in states like even Maharashtra, maybe dynamics change there because the NCP has gotten weakened. You already have an alliance where India is concerned. It will be places like West Bengal, it would be possibly places like, Mr. Karappa, Delhi, Punjab, or even Haryana, where you want to make foray in. So, will a compromise formula be reached? Who will, concede more? Because the give and take will have to be more on the part of the Congress and possibly the Aam Aadmi Party in these three states.
Absolutely. I think without give and take, I think this whole alliance will, break up. I think it's very essential to approach this whole process as a process of give and take itself. Because if each claims his own pound of flesh, then this alliance is certainly going nowhere. It's not just the two spokespersons who are ad idem on that. It's even the leaders of the alliance who are very clear that, look, we are at cross purposes in several states. But however, in the larger interest of the nation, we have all come together. And I think it's more than clear because, like I told you, there is a live model, the pre-2004 model, which dislodged a very, very popular prime minister. And I recall being on one of the debates where Mr. Vajpayee had an approval rating of 56%, where Mrs. Gandhi had an approval rating of 44%. Now, who defeated whom? So I think if you're going by today's condition and trying to say that, look, this is what is likely to happen later, I think the media is going to get it completely wrong because the electorate is watching every single, event with great interest, whether Manipur, whether price rise, whether, what is happening outside the country, what is happening within the country in regards to China. All these are, being taken into account by the people of the country and they will give their final decision in the matter.
All right, but Mr. Kadapa, what is at least the media or at least us saying that we're going to get it wrong, where we are just reporting facts? Alok Sharma, I'll bring you into this conversation back. Let's talk about 2004, which Mr. Kadapa touched on, Mr. Alok Sharma. It's interesting because in the current setup, out of the 13, would you see somebody like a Sharad Pawar essaying the role of an Harkishan Singh Surjit? Because he's the one who possibly stitched together the UPA of 2004.
I think there are so many Surjit Singh, the role which he has played in 2004. I think there are so many people in this alliance. Today also on the dais there were 11-12 chief ministers, 11-12 ex-chief ministers. Most of them were having MPs or sitting MPs or cabinet ministers. So I think most of the people have the capability. And Sharad Pawar ji definitely is having a long experience of politics. Kharge ji was sitting there. So anybody can play that role. But definitely I feel that if we go by the resolution which has been passed today, so resolution which clearly states that we regard, as far as seat sharing is concerned, collaborative spirit of give and take. So that has been very categorically in the first sentence it has been clarified, and I feel that there will be no hurdle in that.
But Alok Sharma, do you see, and I'll ask the same question of Brijesh Karappa, but in states like, say, a West Bengal, would you see where a Mamta Banerjee will not be looking at giving you more than 4 or 5 seats? Will the Congress concede there? Or in, say, a Punjab, where the Aam Aadmi Party would want to be in pole position when it comes down to seat sharing?
I think Congress is the largest party in this alliance, and Congress will definitely take care of that every party which is strong in their respective state must be respected. And I think mentally we are prepared. We will be going hand to hand with the regional parties. There will be no differences. We know our strength also. We know the strength of the opposition parties also. We know the strength of our allies partners also. So definitely I think we will have a bigger heart and things will be positively resolved.
Well, it's interesting, sir, that you say that you'll have a bigger heart. Brijesh Karappa, will the Aam Aadmi Party also choose to have a bigger heart in, say, the national capital, where you might want to give the lead to the Congress, or in Haryana, because you're looking at making forays there? The Congress wouldn't want to leave any of the 10 seats.
See, Preeti, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, it is certainly India's fastest growing party. It's a national political party. But in the larger interest of the nation, one. Two, in order to dislodge the anti-people Modi Sarkar, it's very essential for every political party to tighten its belt and to say, this is enough. And not more than this. So ultimately, I think everybody will have a minimalistic position. If everybody will have a maximalist position, then of course one can't see eye to eye. And the very fact that you have said judega, jeetega,
Right.
it means that you're ready for a compromise. And this is not two spokespersons speaking.
Okay.
These are the top leaders of the alliance who are sitting on the dais, and they are the ones who are talking amongst each other. So I think this first step itself is an extraordinarily large
All right.
one.
Okay. All right. I appreciate both of you gentlemen for joining us. Well, you're striking a similar chord, something which we did witness from the stage today as well, viewers. Because if you do look at it, this is the first time that you saw, something actually come out substantive. There's a committee, 13-member committee. There are 4 other committees other than that, and they have already enlisted the members there. What's most important for this alliance is that they've agreed on immediate seat sharing. How immediate will that be? Because that will come to be the biggest hurdle where this alliance comes into question. It's something at least the alliance realizes till now. In all of it, that small black cloud where the third meeting went, an unhappy Mamta Banerjee, but she's also quite clear that she is with the India alliance. She has issues which will be sorted out. And trust India Today to keep you one up on all news development. Up next is Rahul Kawal.
Aditya means the sun, and L1 is the point between Earth and Sun that offers an uninterrupted view of the closest star of our galaxy, hence the nomenclature of the latest ISRO project. Sun is the main source of energy of this solar system and holds the biggest secret of this universe. Aditya L1 of ISRO is the first Indian attempt to study and understand the Sun. Aditya will first be placed on Earth-centered orbit before embarking on a 150 million kilometer journey from Earth's sphere of influence to different viewing points around the Sun. It will be placed in a cruising position at L1 between the Earth-Sun system in the halo orbit. The temperature at the surface of the Sun is about 10,000 Fahrenheit or 5,600 degrees Celsius. So there's no way anything comes remotely close to its surface without burning down to unimaginable ash particles. So all Sun missions are posted at different viewing points between the Sun and the Earth. These are called Lagrange points. These points are used by the spacecraft to station with minimal use of fuel while they continue to study the Sun from a safe distance. There are a total of 5 Lagrange or L points. Aditya would be placed at L1 that lies between Earth and the Sun. Aditya L1 will carry 7 payloads. 4 of them will carry out remote sensing of the Sun and 3 others will do in situ observations. To understand changes in Earth's ecosystems, study ice mass, vegetation, biomass, sea level rise. These observations and studies will help understand the groundwater of Earth and different natural hazards like earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions and landslides. In total, 9 solar missions have happened so far by countries like the US and the European Union to different Lagrange points of the Sun. Aditya L1 comes with the promise to open up a new galaxy of knowledge for India.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 40 and minimum 29 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 31 and minimum 26 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 35 and minimum 28 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 28 and minimum 24 degrees. Chennai, maximum 34 and minimum 26 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 33 and minimum 24 degrees.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Riding high on Chandrayaan-3's successful landing, ISRO is now gearing up for the next cosmic quest. Aditya L1 mission is what we are talking about. This is ISRO's first solar mission. We're talking about India's feet on the moon, eyes now on the sun. Let's talk about this particular mission. Aditya L1, which, like I said, is ISRO's India's first solar mission. The vehicle first. Aditya L1 is going to be hitching a ride.
Presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Growing Legacies. Co-presented by Century Laminates by Manish Malhotra, fashion for your furniture.
Co-presented by
Macho Hind, Bade Aaram Se.
Co-powered by the new Kia Seltos, the badass reborn. Co-powered by PolicyBazaar.com, her family hogi insured. Co-powered by the bold look of Kohler. UBI, good people to bank with.